This is Mogul, modern outlook going upper levels, spotlighting our community and our youth. Be on the show. Connect with us at 419-245-4979.
Hi, my name is Rick Ford. I'm an actor with ADI Actors Club, and I'm also working with Ldwc Enterprise. I'm here to interview Mr. James Cohen about his latest book about Charles H. Wright African American Museum, just next to the Wayne State University campus. So thank you so much for taking the time to interview with me.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourself and the company that you're filming for. Just a little brief introduction for our audience.
Okay. I am James Cohen. The name of my company and my school is Detroit School of Acting. And today is a book signing of a book that I've written recently. And it's a long time coming book. Very many years I've been finishing this book, and I finally got it finished. But the book is about life, about my life, and also it's about friendship. So those are the three components: my life, and friendship.
Oh, okay, wow. Okay. And then if you can tell us a little bit briefly about your writing background, perhaps, and the special event that you're
I started writing straight out of high school when I was 17 years old. That's when I started writing, way back in 1971, and I became. I love writing. That's also in the book. I love writing. I love to write, and I've just been writing this book and finishing this book for many years. And last year, when I had to stop teaching, I had time on my hands, and so I went ahead and finished the book finally. So it's like 30-some years in the making, and that's my background as far as being a writer. But I've never written a book before. It's the first time I wrote a book. This one is different. It's a different kind of book. It's not written with chapters. It's written in verses, which is different. And there are no chapters. And the book led me down many other paths that I hadn't planned on going down, and one of those paths is friendship. So I place a lot of value on friendship, and this book is all about friendship, as anybody that reads it will see.
That's awesome. Yeah, I remember back in 8th grade that I wrote a short story about a cat for English class, and I scored a 10 out of 10 for that short story. So it was very uplifting.
Yeah, very uplifting. Friendship is, I can't even tell you I'm blushing just to talk about friendship. So
Praise God. So tell us about the name of your latest book, and I know you mentioned about verses in your latest book. What's it all about?
Well, it's called The University of Me, which centers on me and my thoughts and my purview of the world, but also it's written in verses. The things of my purview about life are written in verses. And like I said, there are no chapters or anything like that. And the book is about my life, the beginning of my life on up until today. Now, what's really interesting is that there will be a sequel to this book. The sequel will contain all the information in my life about my living in Los Angeles and Hollywood back in the 70s and 80s and 90s. That's coming up, so there will be a sequel to the book. This book focuses on Detroit, but the next one will focus on Hollywood and Los Angeles.
Okay, I've been to Los Angeles and Hollywood before. Gorgeous city.
It's a different place.
For sure.
It's a different place. It's nothing like LA, absolutely. I miss LA. It's in the book. If you get this, I'll pat you on the back. I'll pat you yet, but if you get this, I miss LA tremendously.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I believe it. Yeah.
Do you get it? If you don't get it, I can't pat you.
Oh no, I know what you mean.
Tremendously.
Yep, I know exactly what you mean. Very gorgeous.
Palm trees here, but palm trees everywhere. So yeah, I miss it like crazy. It was my home for 23 years.
Oh wow! I know in February if they see you with a coat, they'll think like you're crazy because it's like 70 degrees out there.
Right. The young lady that's filming this right now, filming with your camera, she lived there as well during the same time that I lived there.
Oh wow!
She came back sooner than me, but she did Roseanne. She was on Roseanne.
That's
Was
amazing.
it Roseanne? It was Roseanne, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was on Roseanne, but we lived out there around the same time together.
Wow.
Not together, but about there.
Love the city, yeah, love it.
That's
Yeah, LA's a different kind of place. It is a different kind of place, absolutely. As a matter of fact, I got a thing over there. I never had planned on coming back to Detroit, ever. That was not in the plan. But my folks got sick and I had to come back home and take care of my mother and my grandmother.
Oh my goodness, I can relate. Yeah.
So I was both of their caretakers for many years. I never went back to LA. As much as I do miss it now, I don't have an inclination at all to go back now because I know the cost of living is probably 10 times higher than it was when I lived out there before.
Oh goodness. Yes.
Mm.
Yes. Well, one can only dream dreams. They.
I'm a dreamer. I'm a dreamer.
All right. So about the book, how can people out there find your book and where to buy them?
It's not findable other than through me presently, and I hope to branch it out into Amazon status or some other different kinds of ways that people can get it. Right now, they can just call me if they're interested in getting a copy. 313-871-1296. 313-871-1296. They can get a copy from me directly, or they can show up here today before 3 o'clock and get a copy. Yeah.
All right, that'll work. That'll work. Now, if you had to inspire someone out there trying to make it as a writer or whatever it is that they're trying to do, what would be your message to them?
Writing is such a tedious task. A lot of people don't like writing because writing, it takes time. Writing, the best way to write is to write. You just gotta write. You just gotta write. You can't keep putting it off. You can't. I did that. I'm a victim of that.
Same here.
Self-victimization. I kept putting it off for year after year after year after year. I kept writing, but I didn't compile it into the book format until recently. But I would say anybody. I don't know how anybody couldn't love the craft of writing. Writing takes you places, and you can take your audience, the people who are reading your book. You can take them places with what you write.
Oh, definitely.
And that's the kind of writer I am. I like to take people. I'm that way with the plays that I write. I want to transport my audience to some place that they've never been before. And the secret to being a good writer is, are you able to do that? Can you transpose people's minds to a place that you want to take them? And that's what fuels me in what I do as far as the writing that I do. And I would just inspire anybody. If you want to write, just write. Yeah.
Just go right at it.
Just go right. No pun intended. Go right at it.
Good enough. Good enough. Yeah. So there was a story that I watched as a little kid in 8th grade, and it was about this alligator trying to save the other alligator's life, and the other alligator ended up living because of the willpower of the friend doing everything in their power to save that alligator's life. So with writing, anything is possible. But
Good way to put it.
Yeah.
Anything is possible in writing. Absolutely. Good way to put it. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for taking your time to interview with me.
I thank you, and I thank London. I thank you, and I thank London.
Oh, thank you. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Mr. James Cohen, ladies and gentlemen, this is Rick Ford with Ldwc Enterprise at the Charles H. Wright African American Museum.
This is M.O.G.U.L, modern outlook going upper levels, spotlighting our community and our youth. Be on the show. Connect with us at 419-245-4979. That's 419-245-4979. Or email londondoors@gmail.com. We have radio time and commercial spots available right here at LICMC for unbeatable prices. To get your spot today, give us a call at 419-245-4979. That's 419-245-4979. Get your spot today, right here on LICMC Radio.
London D. Washington Community Enterprise. TV, radio, film, production, broadcasting. You may call 800-875-0674. You may also contact us at our email, londondoris@gmail.com. LONDENDORIS@gmail.com. You also can check our website at ldwcenterprise.weebly.com. That's ldwcenterprise.weebly.com. London D. Washington Community Enterprise, at your service.
Join London Washington on Facebook Live for drama from the ADI Actors Club. That's Wednesdays at 2 p.m. and running here at the same time, Wednesdays at 2 p.m. right here on LICMC Radio.